Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alex, and this is episode 4 of the Ford Kuga salvage rebuild. Today I'm going to start looking at spraying the side skirts and the arch trim. I don't know yet if I'm going to spray the wing. We'll see how the other bits come out first. I have done some painting of tractor panels and a few bumpers in the past, but not on quite such new vehicles, so I'm going to see how it comes out and then we'll go from there. In the last episode we all the side finished. That is now all sprayed and dried. Come out not too bad, so reasonably happy with that. Yeah, once we've got the wing painted, whether I do that or someone else, then we can bolt that all back on. But yeah, we'll go on with the we've got to rub down the side skirt. So this is, I did just try them up against them. This is the side skirt currently. It's in black. And then the arch trim is in grey. I had another great find and found used bonnet, but in exactly the same colour again. So really happy with that. So that won't need to be painted either. We've had some luck really on finding parts that are already in the right colour. So we'll get on with rubbing down the side skirts. Okay, so we're just going to use this like Scotch pad just to actually take the lacquer off the shine so that the paint will actually stick to it. Because it's already been primed and painted before, there's no point in taking it right the way back down to the original plastic. So we're just rubbing it, get that shine off there. Once that's off, we can then add some primer to it. Now it's quite difficult to get in some of these areas, unfortunately, with this, so I'm hoping that the paint will stick to those parts, but we'll see. You can see how it's taken the shine off that. Unfortunately at this point I started to have sound issues once again. I didn't realise but the mic had stopped working, so I recorded quite a few scenes without any sound whatsoever, so apologies for that. What I'm doing here is just going over all the panels that I've gone over with a Scotch pad and rubbing them with panel wipe. That just gets off any dirt, dust or any contaminants that might affect the primer. Bit of a tedious job, but it's worth doing. I did also go over with an airline just before painting as well, just to blow off any dust that might still be stuck. So I put together a little mixing table, just because normally when I've painted stuff I just make a mess everywhere. I'm mixing the primer, 4 parts primer to 2 parts hardener, and then 20% thinners. Actually, I think it may have been 10% thinners. I've not used much of the 2K paint before, so I was a bit worried I wasn't going to get the hardener right, but it seemed to go off well. So fingers crossed, we've done that right. So then on to the spraying the primer. Now I made up a bit of a makeshift stand to hang stuff on. The arch trim wasn't ideal because it kept moving around, as you can see, so I had to keep holding it. A bit later on I decided to buy a proper stand, just to make things a bit easier. Primer seemed to go on easy enough. I do go around the back as well just to get the edges, because it's a bit difficult with that stand to get the edges of the trims, because I can't go over the top of them. So I go around the back and ended up spraying most of the back of it as well, probably. I put 3 coats of primer on. I think 3 is enough. Seemed to cover it pretty well. A little bit orange peely on the primer, but obviously once it's been primed, I then rub it down with 600 grit to get it as smooth as possible before I put the base coat on. Now mixing up the base coat. There's no hardener in the base coat, it's just 2 parts paint and 1 part thinners. Just testing out here a light that I bought for the spray gun, because the lighting is so bad in the workshop. I bought this light that attaches to the gun, which is brilliant because it really helps you see what you're spraying, so well pleased with that. So this was the next day. Now you can see I bought a better stand, and I'm just doing the side skirts, doing the edges again first, but then when I move on to the front, you can see now I made a big mistake. I wasn't quite used to this stand, and I ended up hitting the stand just here, which slowed me down and then causes a run, which I didn't notice straight away, but when I did notice, I basically stopped painting that lower side skirt because there was no point, it needed to be rubbed down again. And there you can see the run, that's where I hit, which just slowed me down enough to put too much paint in the one area, which was really annoying. But the top side skirt came out well, I was pretty pleased with it. Yeah, perhaps a little bit of orange peel, but once I put the clear coat on, I can then flat that and it should come out nice and smooth and a nice shine on it. To do the next coat, I swapped the lower side skirt out for the arch trim, just because I couldn't paint that anymore.
Okay, so it's the next day now. The base coat has dried. We can have a look at that. That seems to have come out okay. A little bit orange peely on this bit here. But we can flat that once we've put the clear coat on. Yeah, it looks okay. We've got to rectify this, so we'll rub this down with some 600. There are a few scratches I see there which I didn't notice before painting, so probably a good job anyway. Yeah, there are some surface scratches. So they would have probably covered up once I put some more coats on, to be fair, but so we'll rub that down. That can be painted again, but we'll probably clear coat these first and then go from there. Okay, so that's smooth back off, so that's ready to paint again. Okay, we'll leave that at that, I think. So I'd like to paint the clear coat, but it is so cold in here at the moment. It's at -2, so I think I will get a heater to warm it up in here and then try and do something else for the time being, because I don't really want to spray it when it's this cold. Okay, so I needed some tools for removing the trims. Sorry if you can hear the heater in the background. I'm just trying to get it warm in the other room. Yeah, I needed some tools for getting some of the trims and panel clips off, because they always break if you use screwdrivers. So I managed to this cheap set off eBay. It was £14, which I thought was good. It came with a load of spare clips, and then it's got all these bits in. It looks fairly cheap, but I thought for the money that was quite a handy kit to have. So we'll see how that works. I also want to try and remove that little dent on the side door. So I managed to pick up this kit for 65 quid, I think it was, which has got pretty much everything you need for pulling out paintless dents, let's say. We'll get all this out on the bench so you can see what's in it. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to work doing it myself, getting this dent out, but I haven't really got a lot to lose. So we've got glue sticks. I assume that's like a bracket that you put against the body and then screw this out to pull out the dent. Some nice gloves. A little hammer. More glue sticks. There are a lot of different bits in here. So these are all the things that you can glue to the body. Glue gun. Little tool for not pulling out a dent. Little suction cup. So these are the tools to screw to some bars, I think, just to kind of push a dent out from the inside. I've got some instructions, which is good. Yeah, so you can see that's what that does, just for pulling out little dents. Small little cups for gluing to the car, bit of spray, and I assume that might be water or solvent. A little scraper.
And then this little thing here, from what I can see, you put against the dent and it will show the ripples through down these lines. So it'd be interesting to see if that works. And then a bag to put it all in. So yeah, I thought that was quite a good price. It's, if I can't get out myself, again, I haven't lost anything, maybe 60 quid, as long as I don't make the dent too much worse. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the dent just here. Might see it a bit better if I hold that up. There, you can see it just there. So I'm going to try and pull that out. We've already found that this doesn't work, so that's annoying. I'll have to contact them about that. But that's good old cheap eBay for you. But we'll glue one of the little bits onto it. I've got this one. So I'm going to glue that onto there. And then I'm going to use this here and try and pull that out. Let's see if that works. Okay, so that pulled off before I'd even started pulling, so not ideal. Try again. Okay, it's pulled out a little bit. Try with a slightly bigger one now. This isn't easy. Doesn't stick very well. Slowly getting there. Very slowly. The hardest part is getting the glue to stick. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of the dent out. I've got a bit more to do. It's hard to see on the camera, but there's a bit more just there. And then there's this line here, which I'm not sure quite how I'm going to get out. But it looks a lot better than it did. Yeah, you can see this bit here. That's the bit I've still got a little bit to do. There's a little bit there as well. So it's better than it was. But it's still not perfect. As you can see, that line is the bit that stands out the most now. Yeah, we may have to get the professionals to do it, I think. The worst part is the glue doesn't seem to stick now, maybe just because it's so cold in here. Yeah, so there's still quite a big bit just there. But I'm going to leave it for now, and maybe when it warms up I'll have another go. So once it warmed up in the other room, I then moved on to the clear coat. The clear coat is 2 to 1, one part being the hardener and then 10% thinners. Obviously you can see there's a lot more spray in the air because it's a lot thinner when it goes on. But it went on pretty nice. I was pleased with it. Once we flat it off, I think it'll look good. Okay, I'm going to end up the episode there. It's the next day now. I've just come back to see what this is like. It's all dried now. It looks okay. I have got to just flat a little bit of it. But I think it's come out pretty well. I've still got to repaint the one that I caused a run on. So I'll do that off camera. I've got to get another one of these trims and do that. And then still decide if I do the wing. Still undecided on that. Be interested to know your comments, whether you like the episode, if you want me to change anything, if you want less of this sort of thing or more of it, if perhaps it's a bit too boring, but I'd be interested to know what you think. If you liked it, let me know, that'd be great. And hopefully you'll join me in the next one. Again, I'm sorry for the sound, I'm still getting used to this. I've never really used it before, and in the episode, as you've seen, for some reason it wasn't working. I'm not sure if the battery went, but I'm sorry about that, and I will get better at that. But hopefully you'll join me in the next one. Please like and subscribe because it does help the channel grow, and then hopefully I can buy some more salvage vehicles. But yeah, join me in the next one. See you next time.